Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to give you 100 psychobiology multiple choice questions and answers. I welcome you if you are new to this channel, and I urge you to subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, I welcome you back. Enjoy this video. I'm going to give you the questions and answers and explain each of the answers. Feel free to comment or share your sentiments regarding all these questions. You are free to share to other students who might need this content. Thank you. Enjoy the video. Number 1, the peripheral nervous system is divided into dash and dash. A, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. B, somatic and visceral. C, somatic and autonomic. D, visceral and central. The correct answer here is somatic and autonomic. You realize that the somatic nervous system controls voluntary movements and sensory perception, while the autonomic nervous system controls or regulates involuntary body functions like the heart rate, digestion, and respiratory rate. So the correct answer here is C. Number 2, which of the following is an endocrine gland controlling growth and stimulating other endocrine glands? A, pituitary. B, adrenal. C, thyroid. D, parathyroid. You realized from the 4 options, the key word here is growth and stimulating other endocrine glands. You realize that from your notes, the pituitary gland is known as the master gland, in that it regulates other body functions, including growth, which is stated here, thyroid stimulating hormones, and it is responsible for stimulating other endocrine glands. So the correct answer is A. The brain structure that plays a critical role in motivating behavior such as eating and sexual activity is A, cerebral cortex. B, amygdala. C, corpus callosum. D, hypothalamus. The brain structure that plays a critical role in motivated behaviors such as eating and sexual activity, the correct answer is hypothalamus. Realize that it plays a vital role in maintaining homeostasis, and it also plays a critical role in releasing hormones that play a critical role in the regulation of emotions and also motivating such behaviors as eating. So the correct answer here is D. Number 4, the removal of the hippocampus is most likely to lead to A, hemorrhage. B, narcolepsy. C, anterograde amnesia. D, retrograde amnesia. The removal of the hippocampus is most likely to lead to, the correct answer here is anterograde amnesia. You realize that the hippocampus plays a critical role in memory, such as consolidating short-term memory into long-term memory. So if we are to remove, or if there's going to be a damage to the hippocampus, we are most likely to have anterograde amnesia, whereby one will not be able to store short-term memory into long-term memory. So the correct answer here is C. Number 5, a patient walks with a jerky and coordinated motion. A good preliminary diagnosis would be damage to the A, thalamus. B, amygdala. C, reticular activating system. D, cerebellum. A patient walks in a jerky, uncoordinated motion. A good preliminary diagnosis would be that the damage could be related to, correct answer here is the cerebellum. You realize that the cerebellum is responsible for coordinating motion, and if one walks in a jerky uncoordinated motion, this means that the cerebellum would have been damaged. One would expect an action potential to travel most quickly in a long thin myelinated fiber, B, a long thin myelinated fiber, and C, a short thick myelinated fiber, D, a short thin myelinated fiber. One would expect an action potential to travel most quickly. The keyword here is most quickly. In A, the correct answer here is A, a long, thick myelinated fiber. It has to be long and thick, so it is to ensure that the action potential travels more quickly. So the correct answer here is A. Number 7, the dominant hemisphere of the brain, A, usually controls the non-dominant hand. B, is especially adept at spatial tasks. C, works independently of the non-dominant hemisphere. D, controls the expression and comprehension of language. The dominant hemisphere of the brain, the correct answer here is D. The dominant hemisphere of the brain controls the expression and comprehension of language. Number 8, follicle-stimulating hormone is secreted by A, ovaries, testes, pituitary gland, hypothalamus. The follicle-stimulating hormone is stimulated by pituitary gland, which is the master gland. Damage to the left visual cortex will A, impair vision in only the right eye, B, impair vision in only the left eye, C, leave a person with no vision at all, D, impair vision for images of objects falling on the left half of each eye's retina. The damage to the left visual cortex will, the correct answer here is D, it will impair vision for images of objects falling on the left half of each eye's retina. So the correct answer, number 9 is D. Which of the following is the principal function of the parietal lobe? A, visual processing, B, auditory processing, C, long-term planning, D, spatial processing. Which of the following is the principal? The keyword here is principal function of the parietal lobe. The correct answer is spatial processing. So number 10, the correct answer is D. If a patient is diagnosed as having a demyelinated disease in which the myelin degenerates from around the bodies of axons, which of the following is most likely to occur? A, rerouting of the nerve impulses, B, slower nerve conduction times, C, cortical brain lesions, and D, faster nerve conduction times. If a patient is diagnosed as having a demyelinized disease in which the myelin degenerates from around the bodies of the axons, which of the following is most likely to occur? The correct answer is B, slower nerve conduction times. Number 12, the occipital lobe is located in A, the temporal lobe, B, the parietal lobe, C, the frontal lobe, D, none of these. The occipital lobe is located in which area? When you look at all the options, the correct answer, there is no correct answer here, so the correct answer here will be none of these. The occipital lobe is located at the back of the brain, specifically in the posterior region of the cerebral cortex. So when you look at these options, there's no answer. So the correct answer here is D. Number 13, chemicals that act as messengers between animals are referred to. The chemicals that act as messengers between animals are referred to: A, hormones; B, pheromones; C, amacrines; D, anacrons. Chemicals that act as messengers between animals are referred to as pheromones. When an animal is on heat, it releases several chemicals that send messages to other animals, and these chemicals that are released are called pheromones. Number 14, afferent pathways are involved in which of the following sensory systems? A, visual, tactical, kinetic, and auditory only; B, visual, tactical, olfactory, and kinesthetic only; C, kinesthetic and auditory only; and D, all sensory systems. Afferent pathways are involved in which of the following sensory systems? The correct answer is D. Afferent pathways are involved in all sensory systems. So the correct answer, number 14, is D. Number 15, damage to the ventral region of the hypothalamus would most likely result in which of the following? A, agnosia; B, apraxia; C, aphasia; D, hyperphagia. The damage to the ventromedial region of the hypothalamus would most likely result in the following. The correct answer here is D, hyperphagia. Number 16, the fight or flight responses to a perceived threat is associated with increased activity of A, the sympathetic nervous system; B, the parasympathetic nervous system; C, the cerebral cortex; D, the corpus callosum. The fight or flight responses to a perceived threat is associated with increased activity of, the correct answer here is increased activity of the sympathetic nervous system. You realize that the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for the flight and fight responses. So the correct answer here is A. The action potential jumps along an axon. The gaps in the myelinated sheath axon that the action potential jumps to are called the A, Broca's area; B, the nodes of Ranvier; C, the terminal buttons; D, Wernicke's area. The gaps in which the myelinated axon that the action potential jumps to are called the terminal node buttons or terminal nodes. Number 18, if a neuron will not fire regardless of the amount of stimulation, it is most likely A, it is at its resting potential; B, it is in its absolute refractory period; C, an afferent neuron; D, in its relative refractory period. If a neuron will not fire regardless of the amount of stimulation, the correct answer is that it is in its absolute refractory period. So the correct answer here is B. Which of the following glands is frequently referred to as the master gland, since it regulates the activity of many other glands? A, thyroid; B, adrenal; C, pituitary; D, pineal. Which of the following glands is frequently referred to as the master gland, since it regulates the activity of many other glands? The correct answer here is C, pituitary. Number 20, which of the following theorists is credited with first inferring the existence of synapses? A, Johannes Muller; B, Franz Gall; C, William James; D, Charles Sherrington. Which of the following theorists is credited with the first referring to the existence of synapse? The correct answer here is Charles Sherrington. He is the one who is credited for first outlining the existence of synapse. So the correct answer here is D. Number 21. Damage to the hippocampus would most likely result in A. Difficulty in understanding language, B. Difficulty producing language, C. Difficulty in coding new information to long-term memory, D. Difficulty processing sensory information. The damage to the hippocampus would most likely result in, the correct answer here is C. It would result in difficulty in coding new information into long-term memory. Remember, the hippocampus is responsible for memory retention, specifically from transferring short-term memory into long-term memory. Which of the following tools provides the best analog for DNA? A photographer's camera which records exactly what occurs. B. A draftsman template which identically copies a given number of shapes or symbols. C. A mathematician's compass which is used for drawing identical forms of various sizes. C. A painter's brush which is used to put various elements of a composition together on a canvas. Which of the following tools provides the best analog for DNA? The correct answer here is B. A draftsman's template which identically copies a given number of shapes or symbols. Which of the following is associated primarily with the non-dominant cerebral hemisphere? A. Broca's area, B. Recognition of faces, C. Mathematics, D. Logic. Which of the following is associated primarily with the non-dominant cerebral hemisphere? The correct answer here is B. Recognition of faces. Which of the following describes correct sequence of electrical activity as it passes through a single cell? A. Axon, dendrite, soma, vesicle. B. Soma, cell body, dendrite, vesicle. C. Soma, vesicle, dendrite, axon. D. Dendrite, soma, axon, vesicle. Which of the following describes the correct sequence of an electrical activity as it passes through a single cell? The correct answer here is D. Because the electrical activities passes through the dendrite, soma, axon, and then the vesicle. So the correct answer here, number 24, is D. Number 25. Neurons generally cannot fire at rates exceeding 1000 impulses per second. The maximum firing rate can be largely attributed to A. Spatial summation, B. Relative refractory period, C. Absolute refractory periods, D. Excitatory postsynaptic potentials. Neurons generally cannot fire at rates exceeding 1000 impulses per second. This maximum firing rate can be largely attributed to C, which is absolute refractory periods. Which of the following best characterizes the differences between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems? A. Energy expenditure versus energy conservation. B. Voluntary movements versus involuntary movements. C. Peripheral nervous system versus somatic nervous system. And D. Sensory neurons versus afferent nerve fibers. Which of the following characterizes which of the following best characterizes the difference between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system? The correct answer here is B. Voluntary movements versus involuntary movements. Remember, both the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system are part of the autonomic nervous system, and their difference is main difference is that the sympathetic nervous system prepares the body for action and responses to stress, while the parasympathetic nervous system promotes relaxation, digestion, and recovery. And they both work in opposition so as to maintain homeostatis within the body. So the correct answer here is B. Which of the following is associated with the hypothalamus? A. Refined body movements. B. Spatial perception. C. Long-term planning. D. Homeostatic regulation. Which of the following is associated with the hypothalamus? The correct answer here is homeostatic regulation. Remember, the hypothalamus is responsible for maintaining homeostatic regulation within the body. Number 28, body metabolism is the key function of the A. Pituitary gland, B. Adrenal gland, C. Thyroid gland, and D. Pineal gland. Body metabolism is the key function of the thyroid gland. So the correct answer is C. Comparatively speaking, which one of the following animals has the most prominent cerebral cortex? A. Alligator, B. Pigeon, C. Dog, D. Rabbit. Which of the following animals has the most prominent cerebral cortex? The correct answer here is dog. Number 30. The sympathetic nervous system, A, is a subdivision of the somatic nervous system. B is a subdivision of the autonomic nervous system. C parallels the effects of the parasympathetic nervous system. And D preserves the homeostatic model. The sympathetic nervous system is a subdivision of the autonomic nervous system. So the correct answer, number 30, is B. Number 31, sensory motor responses that are rapid and automatic are called A. Instincts, B. Reuptake, C. Affective, D. Reflexes. Sensory motor responses that are rapid and automatic are called affective. Number 32, the cells that respond to change in their environment and signal these changes to the nervous system are known as A. Receptor, B. Effectors, C. Myelin, D. Stride. The cells that respond to changes in their environment and signal these changes to the nervous system are known as receptors. The receptor cells are the ones that respond to changes in their environment and signal these changes to the nervous system. Which of the following is true of affective neurons? Afferent neurons, A. Located in the dorsal column of the spinal cord, B. Located in the ventral column of the spinal cord, C. Not located in the spinal cord, D. Found only in striated muscles. Which of the following is true? The keyword here is true. And when you look at the options, you realize that when you look at afferent neurons, they are located in the dorsal column of the spinal cord. Most sensory information is relayed to the cerebral cortex by A. Transducer, B. Medulla, C. Bipolar cells, D. Thalamus. Most sensory information is relayed to the cerebral cortex by the thalamus. So number 34, the correct answer is D. Which of the following is not, the keyword here is not a neurotransmitter? A. Acetylcholine, B. Serotonin, C. Dopamine, D. Opioid peptides. Which of the following is not a neurotransmitter? The correct answer here is opioid peptides. These are not neurotransmitters. A neuron, number 36, a neuron does not contain A. cell body, B. Septum, C. Myelin sheath. D. Dendrines. A neuron does not contain septum, so the correct answer here is B. If the head injured patient lost the ability to breathe, autopsy revealed neural damage in the A. Medulla, B. Midbrain, C. Cerebellum, D. Pons. The head injured patient lost the ability to breathe, and if an autopsy is done, it will reveal that there is neural damage in the A. Medulla. So number 37, the correct answer is A. Number 38, which of the following is not a major brain division? A. Frontal, B. Cerebellum, C. Reticular activating system, D. Brainstem. Which of the following is not among the major brain divisions? The correct answer here is reticular activating system. It is not part of the major brain divisions. The dash, number 39, the dash measures brainwave activity, more specifically emitted through potentials. A. MRI, B. CAT scan, C. EEG, D. ECT. The dash measures brainwave activity, more specifically those emitted by action potentials. The correct answer is EEG. Number 14, you're a right-handed split brain patient. You have just been briefly shown a telephone picture to the left of your center vision point. You will A. immediately say picture, B. indicate that you saw nothing, C. find yourself becoming dizzy, D. immediately think of your last phone conversation. You are a right-handed split brain patient. Here is the keyword, and they've just been briefly shown a telephone picture to the left of your center vision. You are most likely to, the correct answer here is you are most likely to indicate that you saw nothing. Remember, if you are a split brain patient, you are most likely not to see what would be shown from your left to the left of your center vision point. So the correct answer here is B. The frontal lobe is to personality, its temporal lobe is to A. hearing, executive function, memory, and vision. The temporal lobe is to personality. The frontal lobe is to personality as the temporal lobe is to hearing. Remember, the temporal lobe is responsible for hearing. Number 42, dash is a neurotransmitter related brain disorder associated with acetylcholine deficiency. A. Alzheimer's, B. Parkinson, C. Schizophrenia, D. Down syndrome. Dash is a neurotransmitter related brain disorder associated with acetylcholine deficiency. Correct answer is Alzheimer's. For the diabetic, the basic problem is that the dash is not producing dash. A. The adrenal medulla and epiphyseal. B. Adrenal cortex and carbohydrate. C. Pituitary, somatotrophin. D. Pancreas and insulin. For the diabetic, the basic problem is that the pancreas is not producing insulin. So D is the correct answer. Number 44, transduction is A. the light sourced from the distal stimulus, B. the transfer of energy from proximal stimulus to distal stimulus, C. the psychological experience of a stimulus, and D. the conversion process whereby proximal stimulus becomes neural impulse. Transduction is the conversion process whereby proximal stimulus becomes neural transmission. So the correct answer here is D. Dash is the cerebral alarm clock which selectively filters incoming stimuli. A. Medulla. B. Cerebellum. C. Limbic system. D. Reticular formation. Dash is the cerebral alarm clock, which selectively stimulates incoming stimuli. The correct answer here is reticular formation. Number 46. The researcher stimulates the lateral area of the rat hypothalamus. The resulting behavior outcome is dash. A. Overeating. B. Sexual arousal. C. Hyperactivity. D. Onset of sleep. The researcher stimulates the lateral area of the rat's hypothalamus. The resulting behavior outcome is overeating. You realize that if the hypothalamus is stimulated, the resultant behavior is overeating. That is, if these experiments are conducted among rats in laboratory settings. When a researcher stimulated an animal's limbic system, the net outcome effect was A. Pleasure. B. Aggression. C. Maternal behavior. D. Hyperactivity. When a researcher stimulated an animal's limbic system, the net outcome was pleasure. You realize that if the limbic system is stimulated, pleasure is one of the outcome effects. Which of the following is incorrectly paired? Is incorrectly paired. A. Spinal cord, center of reflex behavior. B. Medulla, the center for respiration and cardiac activity. C. Ventricular system, glandular hormonal secretions into the blood. C. Midbrain, conduction of impulses between higher and lower centers of the nervous system. In which one of the following is an incorrectly paired pair? The correct answer is C, which says ventricular system, glandular hormonal secretion of the blood, which is not correct. So number 48 is C. The person who is in the circus because he is 9 feet tall, he has large hands and feet and a protruding jaw, can attribute his physiological abnormality to an overactive A. Thyroid gland. B. Parathyroid gland. C. Adrenal gland. D. Pituitary gland. A person who is 9 feet tall, has large hands and feet, as well as a protruding jaw, can attribute his physiological abnormality to an overactivity of the pituitary gland. This gland is responsible for growth, and if it is not working very well, or is a malfunction or is damaged, it can result in these features. So the correct answer here is D. The cerebellum functions prominently in which of the following areas? A. Blood pressure. B. Verbal association. C. Muscle coordination. And D. Muscle movement coordination. The cerebellum functions prominently in which of the following areas? You realize that both C and D are a bit similar, but the correct answer here is D. The cerebellum functions prominently, which is the main feature. The main function is muscle movement coordination, while C is only saying muscle coordination, but muscle movement coordination is the correct answer. The brain area central to language production is A. Broca's area. B. Sylvan fissure. C. Wernicke's area. D. Fissure of Rolando. The brain area central for language production is A. Broca's area. Which of the following symbolizes the body by secreting epinephrine in stressful situations? A. Adrenal cortex. B. Pituitary. C. Pancreas. D. adrenal medulla. Which of the following mobilizes the body by secreting epinephrine in stressful situations? The correct answer here is adrenal medulla. So the correct answer is D. Receptors generally referred to as chemical are A. Visual and auditory, B. Auditory and temperature, C. Gustation and olfaction, D. Temperature and pressure. Receptors generally referred to as chemicals are, the correct answer here is C. Gustation and olfaction. A term collectively describing muscles and glands is A. Receptors, B. Effectors, C. Innervators, and D. Effectors. A term collectively describing muscles and glands is called effectors. So the correct answer here is B. Of the following malfunctions, the one not pituitary based is A. Agronomically, B. Dwarfism, C. Giantism, D. Cretinism. Of the following malfunctions, the one not pituitary based is cretinism. Number 56. Preparing the body for fight or flight is the function of the A. Pituitary gland, B. Thyroid gland, C. Adrenal medulla, D. Parasympathetic nervous system. Preparing the body for fight or flight is the function of the adrenal medulla. Which of the following is a correct statement? A. Whether a neuron is at rest or conducting is directed by the ionic flux of electrically charged ions, particles which are ions. B. An important aspect of excitatory potential is the incremental firing principle. C. Excitatory potential is self-propagating. D. Neural impulse transmission is completely chemical in nature. Which of the following is a correct statement? The correct answer is A. Whether a neuron is at rest or conducting is determined by the ionic flux of electrically charged particles or ions. 58. Striated muscles A are synonymous with smooth muscles. B. Produce stomach contractions. C. Are prominently involved in voluntary muscle activity. D. Produce heart rate change. Striated muscles are prominently involved in voluntary muscle activity. The spinal cord does not A. Relay nerve impulses, B. Process sensor impulses, C. Control primitive emotions, and D. Contain spinal nerves. The spinal cord does not control primitive emotions. Number 60. A person comes to the clinic with a speech impairment resulting from brain damage. One can reasonably assume that damage has occurred in the A. Right cerebral hemisphere, B. Left cerebral hemisphere, C. Reticular formation, and D. Corpus callosum. A person comes to the clinic with a speech impairment resulting from brain damage. One can reasonably assume that damage has occurred in the left cerebral hemisphere. Which of the following is a function of thyroxine? A. Body metabolism or physical growth, B. Skeletal growth, C. Sexual arousal, D. Gamete production. Which of the following is a function of thyroxine? The correct answer is skeletal growth. The distinctly male sex hormone is A. estrogen, B. androgen, C. dextrin, D. progesterone. The distinctively male sex hormone is androgen. The neurotransmitters basic to synaptic transmission are stored in A. vesicles, B. end plates, C. receptors, D. dendrites. The neurotransmitters basic to synaptic transmission are stored in vesicles. The myelin sheath saves to A. break down epinephrine, B. bypass the nodes of Ranvier, C. decrease the speed of neural transmission, D. increase the speed of neural transmission. The myelin sheath serves to increase the speed of neural transmission. The fact that during neural transmission, an impulse is sent to the end of the axon without fading or weakening is known as A. stimulus constants, B. absolute threshold retention, C. non-decremental property, D. all or none property. The fact that during neural transmission, an impulse is sent to the end of the axon without fading or weakening is known as non-decremental property. Assuming the analog of a doorbell, which aspect of the neuron would most closely approximate the button that a visitor would push? A. cell body, B. dendrites, C. axon, D. terminal endings. Assuming the analog of a doorbell, which aspect of the neuron would most closely approximate the button that a visitor would push? The correct answer here is dendrites. In the visual system, sensory transduction A accounts for the sum of activity in the receptor cells, is the chain of sensory perception including the cornea, pupils, and retina. C. translates physical information from the environment into electrical information for the brain processes. D. conducts energy from the cone receptor cells to the rod receptor cells. In the visual system, sensory transduction is C. It translates physical information from our environment into electrical information for the brain processes. Number 68. The part of the autonomic nervous system that triggers physiological arousal is A. somatic nervous system, B. central nervous system, C. sympathetic nervous system, D. parasympathetic nervous system. The part of the autonomic nervous system that triggers physiological arousal is D. parasympathetic nervous system. The primary sex hormones in human females are A. testosterone and androgen, B. progesterone and estrogen, C. testosterone and estrogen, D. progesterone and testosterone. The primary sex hormones in human females are B. progesterone and estrogen. Neurons are unique among cells in that they A. cannot conduct impulses, B. cannot reproduce, C. are surrounded by a membrane, D. have a nucleus containing genetic material. Neurons are unique among cells in that they cannot reproduce. The correct answer is B. Spinal nerves belong to the A. peripheral nervous system, B. central nervous system, C. antagonistic nervous system, D. residual nervous system. Spinal nerves belong to the residual nervous system. Number 72. The all or none law refers to A. Potassium being all inside and all outside of the nerve cell. B. Sodium being all inside and all outside the nerve cell. C. Stimulation of the unmyelinated axons. D. The size of the signal produced in the nerve cell. The all or none law refers to D. The size of the signal produced in the nerve cell. The correct answer is D. Which of the following chemicals is responsible for the transmission of an impulse between neurons? A. Actomycin. B. Acetylcholine. C. Acetylcholine sterase. D. Luteinizing hormone. Which of the following chemicals is responsible for the transmission of an impulse between neurons? The correct answer is B. Acetylcholine. Number 74. The vocal apparatus for producing sounds, that is, vocal cords, muscle control of lips, throat, tongue, and jaws, are useless unless the organism has which area in its brain developed in order to coordinate these movements? A. Hypothalamus. B. Thalamus. C. Broca's area. D. Fissure of Rolando. The correct answer here is Broca's area. It is the area that coordinates vocal cords, muscle control of the tongue and jaw, and is responsible for the production of speech sounds. So the correct answer here, number 74, is C. Number 75. The thalamus serves which of the following functions? The thalamus serves which of the following functions? A. Relay center from the spinal cord to cerebellum. B. Regulates external expression of emotion. C. Relay center for sensory impulses. And D. Of the above. The thalamus serves which of the following functions? The correct answer here is B. It regulates external expression of emotion. Number 76. Which of the following effects does adrenaline have on the human body? A. Constriction of the pupils. B. Increased rate of digestion. C. Accelerated heartbeat. D. Increased hormone production. Which of the following effects does adrenaline have on the human body? The correct answer is C. Accelerated heartbeat. A knee jerk is an example of A. D. Synaptic reflex. B. Monosynapic reflex. C. Spastic movement. And D. Double innervations. A knee jerk is an example of a spastic movement. So the correct answer is C. Which of the following plays an important role in the regulation of respiration? A. Pons. B. Hypothalamus. C. Thalamus. D. Midbrain. Which of the following plays an important role in the regulation of respiration? The correct answer is pons. The pons, among other things, are responsible for the regulation of such functions as respiration and other respiratory related functions. So number 78, the correct answer is A. The white matter of the central nervous system is actually A. Nerve fiber pathways. B. Cell bodies. C. Cell enters. D. Cortical tissue. The white matter of the central nervous system is actually nerve fiber pathways. Which of the following is direct control over the function of the pituitary gland? A. Pons. B. Cerebral cortex. C. Hypothalamus. D. Midbrain. Which of the following is direct control over the function of the pituitary gland? The Correct answer is hypothalamus. The medulla oblongata, pons, midbrain, and diencephalon are all parts of the A. Cerebellum, B. Cortex, C. Brainstem, D. Left hemisphere. The medulla oblongata, pons, midbrain, and diencephalon are all parts of the brainstem. So the correct answer, number 81, is C. 82. The cerebral cortex receives information from the A. Auditory system, B. Visual system, C. Motor system, and D. All of the above. The cerebral cortex receives information from all the three options. So the correct answer here is all of the above. The frontal lobes are most likely to be highly active during A. Auditory perception, B. Abstract problem solving, C. Visual perception, and D. Walking. The frontal lobes are most likely to be highly active during abstract problem solving. In a right-handed individual, where is the Broca's area most likely to be located? A. Right hemisphere, B. Limbic system, C. Cerebral cortex, D. Left hemisphere. In a right-handed individual, where is the Broca's area most likely to be located? The correct answer is left hemisphere. You realize that if you are left-handed, your Broca's area is most likely it goes the opposite. So you find that in a right-handed individual, the Broca's area is most likely to be located in the left hemisphere. Which of the following is not part of the peripheral nervous system? A. Parasympathetic system, B. Limbic system, C. Parasympathetic system, D. Sensory neurons. Which of the following is not part of the peripheral system? So you realize of the four options, 3 are all parts of the peripheral system, nervous system, except one. So the correct answer here is limbic system. It is one part that is not part of the peripheral nervous system. Which of the following shows the largest ratio of brain size to body mass? A. Chimpanzees, B. Humans, C. Elephants, D. Dolphins. Which of the following shows the largest ratio of brain size to body mass? The correct answer is humans. That is, human beings. They have the largest ratio of brain size to body mass. So the correct answer is B. Number 89. The gate control theory of pain perception presumes that pain signals are blocked by A. Non-myelinated neurons, B. Myelinated neurons, C. Efferent neurons, and D. Afferent neurons. The gate control theory of pain perception presumes that pain signals are blocked by efferent neurons. Number 90. Which brain structure is important in causing awaking a person from sleep? A. Limbic activating system, B. Cerebral activating system, C. Rectangular activating system, D. Thalamic activating system. Which brain structure is important in causing awaking a person from sleep? The correct answer is C. Reticular activating system. Suppose that psychosurgery is tried to remedy the uncontrollable violent behavior of a convicted serial murderer. Which brain structure would he probably be operated on? A. Amygdala, B. Cerebellum, C. Thalamus, D. Medulla. If one has got an uncontrollable violent behavior, and if you are to operate a certain part that is responsible for that behavior, we would operate on the amygdala. Number 92, the lobes of the brain located at the back of the head are A, temporal lobes, B, occipital lobes, C, parietal lobes, D, frontal. The lobes of the brain located in the back of the head are the occipital lobes. The correct answer here is B. Number 93. Each of the following is a neurotransmitter except A, serotonin, B, endorphins, C, dopamine, D, insulin. Each of the following is a neurotransmitter except. So in other words, we are saying all of these are neurotransmitters except for one option. And when you look at them, the incorrect one is insulin. Insulin is not a neurotransmitter. Number 94, the area of the brain where the sense of smell is processed is called, or is the A, frontal lobe, B, pineal gland, C, olfactory bulbs, D, parietal lobe. The area of the brain where the sense of smell is processed is called the olfactory bulb. So the correct answer here is C. Broca's area and Wernicke's area of the brain are involved in dash and dash of speech respectively. A, understanding and production, B, comprehension and formulation, C, organization and production, D, production and comprehension. The Broca's area and Wernicke's area of the brain are involved in dash and dash of speech respectively. The correct answer here is D. Broca's area is responsible for production, while Wernicke's area is responsible for comprehension. Which of the following is not part of the brainstem? A, medulla, B, pons, C, midbrain, D, corpus callosum. Which of the following is not part of the brainstem? The correct answer here is corpus callosum. Hyperactivity through glandular secretion is most likely related to A, the cerebellum, B, the gonads, C, the thyroid gland, D, the adrenal medulla. Hyperactivity through glandular secretion is most likely related to the thyroid gland. Number 98. Which of the following areas in the brain has been shown in experiments to be closely connected to hunger, eating, and satiation? A, medulla oblongata, B, hippocampus, C, hypothalamus, D, thalamus. Which of the following areas in the brain has been shown in experiments to be closely connected to hunger, eating, and satiation? The correct answer here is hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is responsible, if stimulated, is responsible for hunger, eating, and other functions like satiation. Which of the following brain areas is important for speech? Which of the following brain areas is important for speech? A, Wernicke's area, B, cerebellum, C, thalamus, D, hypothalamus. Which of the following is important for speech? The correct answer is Wernicke's area. It is one area of the brain that is responsible for speech. The final question, number 100. Drugs that attempt to impact behavior generally try to A, hinder or facilitate the transmission of messages at the synaptic junction, B, speed up the action potential, C, stimulate the axon hillock, D, stimulate the nodes of Raniva. Well, I live close to an airport, and sometimes the noise is just too much. So drugs that attempt to impact behavior, generally trying to hinder or facilitate the transmission of messages at the synaptic junction. So number 100, the correct answer is A. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, to share, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I urge you to subscribe. It was wonderful spending time with you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.